Hi, Jennifer.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
How was your week?
My week was good. Just busy, but it was good.
Nice. Knowing that you've been a Christian for a while, how exactly do you handle offense, gossip, and church hurt?
Take it to the Lord in prayers. Because offense and hurt is kind of like the same thing, right? Someone hurt you, you're offended, and then you just take it to the Lord in prayers. I'm always very skeptical about the word or the phrase church hurt because it's been floating around a lot these days. And I'm like, I remember having a conversation with a group of friends, and I'm like, I don't like the word in church hurt. If somebody in church hurt you, that person hurt you, not the entire body of church hurting you.
Okay.
Because if someone at your workplace hurt you, you won't say, work hurt.
Sure.
You won't say somebody in your family, family hurt. It's just like my daddy pissed me off, my brother is annoying. But why when it comes to church, we're not like, church hurt. Like, church is so massive, and not just the buildings itself, because we all at the church. So everybody in this world have offended you. So if an usher offends you, this individual offended me. If the pastor said something you didn't like, okay, the pastor said something I didn't like, not the entire church. That's my own take on that one.
Okay. What about like offense and stuff? What do you do exactly?
For offense, prayer. Just pray for the person, bless the person, wish them good, like everything you would desire for yourself. Give ask God for that for them. And then it does something to your heart. Because when you're offended, your heart is hard, it is strong, and once you're praying, like prayer does wonders. It really enters you, breaks your heart, like what do you say, like softens your heart. That's the word. It really softens your heart. And God has not given us a hard heart, given us a heart of flesh. So when prayer softens it, and then you now begin to see with the lens of love instead of anger and all that.
Awesome, thank you so much. Following up to that, I know you do volunteer in church. How exactly do you handle taking time off, burnout, resting without the guilt as the servant in the house of God?
I laugh because when I got my job, I was really worried about that. I was really worried because I'm like, I was talking to my pastor about it. So I was like, okay, Pastor, I volunteer a lot because I have a lot of free time because then I wasn't working. And I was like, but when I start working, I don't want it to be like, she has gotten what she wanted. She's gone away from church. And then he was like, okay, why don't you just not volunteer for as much things anymore? So how I handle that is I let them know in communication. I can't come to this event anymore because I'm working at this particular time, or I can't volunteer as much as I used to, but I would try and make up at least. So my volunteering hours would reduce. Instead of like every Sunday, it's going to be like maybe once in a month, twice in a month, as much as I can bear. I do take time off. And one thing I learned from a preacher that I listened to, I don't know if I should call his name here.
Sure.
Okay. One thing I learned from Apostle Femi Lazarus, I listened to him a lot, is that he said you're supposed to be busy. You're not supposed to like live your life in church, because and then that's the discussion that's happening in Jamaica, like people spend their life in church and then they don't go out and do other things. He says you're supposed to be busy. He won't be offended if you're not in church because you're supposed to be, as long as you're shining your light there. And it's not like you're doing worldly things or you're doing carnal things and you left God behind, just shine your light wherever you go. And so when he said that, I was like, all this guilt I've been feeling is unnecessary, because it's the same God that gave me the job. So since then I've been reforming my mind. And there's another thing he said that I actually made sure I practiced today. Even he said if you're under leadership, you should always obey. Submit yourself to that leadership. And if you're going to not be around, instead of going to go and meet your leader and be like, I'm not going to be around this Sunday, like I'm requesting for permission to travel. So I met my usher leader. I was like, I'm requesting for permission to travel because I'm traveling soon. And then he was like, okay, granted. Just like, okay.
That is just much more presented in a more fashionable manner
You know,
and more understanding.
right? Because he's my leader.
True. Would you also say it's essential to kind of give the reason why? Because I feel like if you just say, I'm not coming next week, and then I'm not coming next week because.
Yeah,
Is that the difference?
you know, some people don't like to share things, especially when you think it's personal.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind sharing because I was about to share, but then I was like clearing my throat, and he was like, "Okay, don't worry."
Okay.
I was like, "No, I don't mind telling you, like, don't worry." But well, it depends, to be
It
honest.
depends on the
You know,
situation.
if you don't want to share, at least you can give highlight. Like I told him, I'm traveling.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Okay.
He was okay with that answer. If he wanted more, he would have asked me, and I would have told him.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well. Thank you so much. Lastly, also as a Christian too, right? I know God says we should love our neighbors as ourselves, but sometimes that can be really hard. How exactly do you find the ability to love your Lord?
Everything boils down back to prayer. Loving the unlovable. It's hard. It is. So I'm not going to pretend like, the grace. It's hard. It is. To be honest, where we are weak, that's when His strength shows up the most. So just ask God for help. Just, at my work, there was this individual that was I felt he was being difficult, and I use the word I felt because that's not the testimony of everybody else, but that was my experience. And then, like, you would talk to him and he would even answer you, grunt at you. I'm like, what is this? Like, do you not want it? Like, every time I go to meet him for a question, I feel like I'm disturbing him, but I'm like, I need to learn. Everybody tells me, like, just go anyway. So I prayed about it. I know, I wish I did something else, but I didn't. I prayed about it anyway. And I kept asking him. I kept asking him. I kept pushing him. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to him today. Talk to him. I will feel the need or the leading to talk to him, and I will talk to him. I would ask him that question, even if I can ask someone else, I will go to him. Like, hey, sorry to disturb you. I'm here again. So I feel like prayer is a powerful thing, right? But the thing with prayer is that we tend to leave all the responsibility on God. So my prayer was like, God should help me navigate this relationship, because we are working together. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
God should help me. And literally, I think it was on Friday, like, he opened his mouth, he talked to me, he even faced me. I just told him after the discussion, I was like, thank you, Jesus. I was so happy. I was like, oh, thank you, God. It feels like I'm having it. So, yeah, prayers.
So lastly, is there anything or any particular experience you had with God that you feel like someone can learn from?
I'm trying to be careful. Doctrine. That's what I was trying to remember before. Know how God speaks to you.
Okay.
And when He speaks to you that way, or those ways, in case there are more than one, hold it. Mine was my master's. When it was time for me to do my master's, it was impressed in my heart to go for my master's. Oh, I already knew I was going to do master's, but it was like, it's time. Like, I should do it now. Because he literally, I could see him working behind the scenes to make sure I do this master. I'm like, why are you stressing yourself? So he did it, and it was time to go. And then for some amazing reason, I was now seeking validation from everybody else. So I was like, oh, master, I want to do masters. What do you think? I want to do instead of me to tell, like, I'm doing my masters. Okay. I was like, what do you think? What do you think? And people are giving me their opinion, and it was justified because they were speaking from exactly, and they're like, is it really necessary? Number one, and like, is it necessary now? And every time they asked me, why do I want to do masters, all I could say is that God told me. I didn't know that response. God told me. Anyway, they got to my head and I dropped out. I did drop out. And then this was after I spoke to one of my other friends that was doing her masters. She was like, why? I should go back and cancel my dropping out. I should tell them that I'm taking it back on I should cancel it, so I should go back to school. I said, okay. And then one day I was studying. I was just like letting her talk because everybody's giving an opinion at this point. So one day I was studying on my at my table, and then I heard clearly, oh my goodness, but I told you to go to school. I was like, oh God. You must see, check on me now, like look at this now. I said, but I told you to go to school. Those were the only words twice, and I didn't hear it again. But I told you to go to school. Okay. And it was perfect timing because this was after my friend had told me I can cancel my deferral. Like if this word had come before she had told me that, I'm like, I do not know. So I emailed everybody that has messaged me from that school. I'm like, I'm canceling my deferral. I canceled it. I was able to go to school and look at me today. I'm a graduate of master's degree.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Well, thanks for coming on and helping with this. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Bye.